We are kicking this thing off on Saturday. So I want to talk about the 2 books that I have planned to start out this vlog. I know that today I'm going to be doing some holiday baking with my daughter. I also have like some cleaning and stuff to get done today. So audiobook wise, I am going to be starting The Cuffing Game. This sounds right up my alley. It's a mix of reality TV and rom-com and the holiday season. It genuinely sounds perfect for me personally. So I'm very excited to dive into that audiobook. And then physical book wise, I'm gonna start The Christmas Murder Game. I had actually meant to start this a couple of days ago. Also, this is like the perfect time for me to start this vlog because I'm starting 2 new books. I'm like done with all of my other books that I was reading before deciding to do this vlog. So like perfect timing, hello. But I was going to start this book the other day and I'm like questioning if I have the attention span or like brain power to devote to this book right now, because I thought that this was just like a normal kind of like murder mystery situation, but it's really not. You're like trying to solve clues. I thought that the main character was the one that would be getting clues to solve things throughout the book. But when I was reading this the other day, like before you actually start reading the book, these first couple pages are about your games within the story of The Christmas Murder Game. So it says game 1 is the 12 days of anagrams. And so she basically says the clues in the book are revealed on each of the 12 days of Christmas. So I have embedded anagrams of each of the 12 gifts in the relevant section of the book. And so she gives you the like quote from the 12 Days of Christmas song that you have to find the anagram for, which also I need to Google, because the reason I got so confused the other night is because I think I am not remembering correctly what an anagram is. A word, phrase, or name formed by rearranging the letters of another, such as cinema formed from Iceman. Because she gives an example. She says each anagram appears as a sequence of full words. For example, one anagram of my true love sent to me is novelette sore tummy, which I would work into a sentence as Alexandra rapidly consumed the novelette, sore tummy aside. She considered it an interesting addition to the country house mystery. I am not going to pick up on where you're putting these anagrams in, I fear. I fear I am not going to be able to pick up what you're putting down. We'll see how it goes, but that's my concern. Hopefully you can enjoy the book without really trying too hard with the game. And that's only game 1. Game 2, it says, game 2 is title deeds. The titles of 12 of my favorite country house mysteries set at Christmas are sewn throughout the book. Can you find them all? So there's 12 of them. Girl, no, I probably am not going to find them all because I don't read country house mysteries. That's not really in my wheelhouse to know what those titles are that you're talking about, unless you like specifically say the title, she found a book in the library titled blah 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 blah, then I would maybe find it, but I fear I will not. So I'm a little bit this is one of the books I was most excited to read this holiday season, and then the other night whenever I sat down to start it and I started reading about all the games inside of the book, I was like, let's set this to the side for a couple days and see what we think. So I don't know, I'm just hoping that maybe even without me being able to really pay attention enough or grasp the games, that it's still an enjoyable read, still a good mystery. And who knows, maybe I just think that these things are going to be harder to figure out than they are. But that's going to be my book today. I wanted to wait until the weekend so that it's like I have time to really sit down and read and digest what I'm reading, and I don't have like work brain going on in the background because of being off, like just getting off work or being on a lunch break or whatever. Like, I want to try and finish this book this weekend so that I can I want to try to do the games, but I just don't know if it's going to be possible. So those are the books that I am going to be starting this vlog off with. I'm very excited for both of them, and we'll see what else we get into. Hello. I started this vlog and then have not read a single page. Well, that's a lie. Last night I did, but I haven't checked in with you. It's been a whatever. It's been a time. So I did not start the cuffing game. I am going to start that one today while I work, for sure. That's what I'm going to listen to today. I'm about 44 pages in on the Christmas murder game. I don't know about this book at this point, to be honest with you. Like, the author is so descriptive about everything to the point where I feel like we're not like getting anywhere. I don't know. I decided last night while I was reading it that I would give it 2 more chapters. I'm currently on chapter 6. But like, this is an example of it. Like, I almost DNF'd this in like chapter 1 or 2. It took 4 pages for this girl to just drive down a driveway because of how descriptive we were being about every thought and every single thing that she saw. And I think that, I mean, I understand why, but like, we could have done a little bit less. I do fear. And so because of that, like, it just constantly feels like, because everything is being so descriptive and so described to such an extent, that I just feel like the story itself is not really moving along that much. And it's making me not be all that invested in the story that I would like to read. So because of that, we'll give it a couple more chapters tonight, and like, if nothing crazy and exciting actually happens, because so far really not much has, then I'm going to DNF this book. So we will dive into that one after work tonight, but during the workday today, I'm going to listen to the cuffing game, and hopefully I will be doing better about checking in with you guys for this vlog. Okay, a quick lunch break check-in on the cuffing game. It's actually so cute, and I'm pretty far into it. I've gotten pretty far into it before my lunch break today. I now am kind of in the mood to watch like some Vlogmas YouTube videos, so I think I have like 2 hours left on the audio, but I'm feeling like after lunch I would rather watch YouTube than listen to the audio, so I don't know that I'll finish it during my work day today. I do have some cleaning and stuff that I kind of need to catch up on from having like a busier weekend and stuff tonight. So maybe while I'm cleaning, I'll get it finished. I'm not sure. But so far, it is so freaking cute. It is like Love Island and Big Brother combined together, set in the winter in like a deserted, snowy cabin situation. And all of the characters are so fun and lovable, and it's just a really, really good time right now. It's something that's like good to read in the Christmas season if you want a romance that's not fully centered on just the holiday of Christmas. This just takes place over Christmas break, so it's more like winter vibes instead of Christmas vibes, but still so cute and such a good time. Okay, it's Tuesday. I forgot to do a check-in with you guys last night, but I did finish the cuffing game and I absolutely loved it. It was such a cute little rom-com read. I would say I'm going to rate it a 4. Like, it was cute, had a good time with it, loved it so much, but it wasn't anything like profound or, you know, it was just a good time. That's why it's not a 5 for me, so I'm just going to put it as a 4. But it was such an enjoyable read. Today, I am going to be reading You'll Be Mine by Piper Rain while I work. That's what I'm going to be listening to. I actually did not read any of the Christmas Murder Game last night. And I think I might read some of that like either on one of my breaks throughout the day or my lunch break. Because when I was reading that the other night, I think we were finally going to get to like something. But it's just been hard for me to dive back in because I've thought that a couple different times about the book. But we'll see. We'll check it out today and decide if we're going to continue on with that or end it here. Okay, so I'm on my break right now and I wanted to do a quick check-in. I've been reading You'll Be Mine, listening to it while I've been working this morning. Honestly, I'm not really loving it. It's a pretty short read, so I'll probably finish it out. I don't know that it'll be today because I'm kind of like not feeling it at all. But it's really disappointing because this is book 3 or 4, I can't remember, in this holiday romance series by Piper Rain, and I have loved every single other book in the series. And for some reason, I just don't like these two main characters. They're just like, I don't know. I feel like all of the other characters in the other books have felt like they had more depth to them than what these two feel like. It's feeling very surface level, and I'm just not vibing with it at all. So like I said, it's short. Maybe I'll finish it. Maybe I won't. I will say if I don't finish it today, I am probably not sticking around another day to read more of it. But that's kind of where I'm at with it. Okay, because of the amount of hours I worked today, I did end up switching back to the audiobook. And I did finish it today. There were some parts in the middle of the book where I was like, okay, this is starting to like get a little bit better. And then towards the end of the book, I was just like, this is literally the dumbest situation and so stupid. No, I'm gonna rate it like a 2. It's not worth it. It's definitely my least favorite book out of that whole entire series. And it makes me like not even want to pick up the next one because I just felt like, I don't even know. So I'm gonna try and read some of the Christmas Murder Games tonight. I need to edit a couple things and then I'm gonna try and dive into that. We'll see. I feel a slump coming on, but also I wasn't really feeling that audiobook. So far I'm not really feeling Christmas Murder Games. So maybe it's just the books that I'm like currently reading that are making me not want to read, if that makes sense. We'll see. Y'all, I just looked at my story graph, like reading goals. I only need to do 5 books to hit my reading goal for this year. And I genuinely like hadn't even been looking at it because after the Big Brother season and seeing how far behind I was on the goal, I was like, there's literally no way this is going to happen. And now it's actually somewhat attainable. So we're just going to see if we can maybe knock out the reading goal with the rest of this video. I've got to figure out what audiobook I'm going to listen to while I work today. I've got a couple things on Libby, but like honestly, they're just not sounding like anything I want. I had checked out Little Women thinking like I've never watched that movie all the way through that I remember or read the book. Like I just know it's about some sisters in the wintertime back in the old days. That's literally all I know. But I'm also not really feeling like in the mood to listen to that. It sounds like it's going to be not that great of a time. I have something else checked out on Libby right now. I don't remember what it is though. I think it's just like maybe it's like a Debbie Maycumber holiday read that also doesn't sound up my alley. I have like a true crime-ish book over on Apple Books. Maybe I'll dive into that. I'm not really feeling like a Christmas read today. I do know that much. So maybe we'll go with like the true crime-ish kind of one. I think it's true. I think we're going to go with that one. So let's dive into that book today. Also, I did read more of Christmas Murder Games. I'm like 20% of the way through this book now, and there's been like one surprising thing that's happened. Or it's not even something that happened. It's just like a bit of information that we finally got like 3 pages ago. So I don't know. I do know like I'm on chapter 9 right now, and this is the beginning of Christmas Day, which is the first day of Christmas. I am giving this book one final chapter here. tonight. If something does not pop off, it's a DNF, because I can't anymore. We are too far in for us to still it's just so much words and nothing happening. So much words and absolutely nothing is happening. So it's got one chapter to make some things happen, and then I'm DNFing it. But we're going to listen to this true crime book. Let me go see what it's called real quick. Okay, it's called College Girl Missing: The True Story of How a Girl Disappeared in Plain Sight. And it is a true story or whatever. It's nonfiction. So we're going to kick things off with that. I think it just said on there that there's only like 2 hours in the book. I don't know if that's accurate, so I might have to pick something else because I'm definitely working more than 2 hours today. So that's where we're going to start. But I think we can finish. I think we can hit my reading goal in this video. I'm so excited now. Ooh, just realizing I have not done my makeup yet, and it's not going to happen today probably unless I do it on break. That's a potential option, because I just spent like an hour trying to figure out what I was going to listen to while I work today, because I did finish another book yesterday. I finished the College Girl Missing. I'm gonna be honest, didn't really like that, and I normally don't give much of a review on like nonfiction books, but that book, this guy was telling the story because he had essentially like promised the family that he would tell the story to try and, you know, get more information on the case and different things like that. And it kind of felt like he was just telling the story to checkmark that box. There wasn't like much new information. There wasn't any new theories presented. Like, I don't know. I just didn't think that the author did a good job in writing this book. And especially considering that I feel like, in my opinion, I'm obviously not that family, but in my opinion, if I was that family, I would be like, okay, so you like genuinely didn't do anything, because like this guy was already a writer, like a journalist that had covered the story as part of the paper that he wrote for. And so it's almost like just a regurgitation of everything that he's already written before, but he's making more money off of it. And so kind of icked me out, gotta be honest. So there's that. So today I have, also last night did decide to DNF the Christmas Murder Games. Didn't even give it another chapter. I gave it like another 2 pages and I was just done. It was the last thing I wanted to do was read that book. And so that's how I just knew like, this isn't for me. As far as today, I have 2 thrillers that I'm just going to give both of them a shot and see if it sticks. I'm kind of struggling to figure out what I want to read, at least audio wise, because I'm really not in the mood to listen to any more like Christmas romance audiobooks. I'm good with reading those like on my Kindle or some of the paperbacks that I have. Like I'd be fine with that, but audio wise, I'm kind of like over it. So I downloaded a couple thrillers. I'm going to try those. One is The Last Housewife by Ashley Winstead. I feel like I've heard things about this in the past, but I don't know. And then the other one was just like a free book on Apple Books, and it was book 1 of a series about like some kind of FBI agent trying to solve a serial killer case. So we'll see how both of those go, and I'll update you, but we are officially on track with our reading goal. I have 4 more books to finish, and I'm hoping that we can get the job done. Okay, hello. It is Monday. So I really do need to like end this thing. I was hoping to reach my reading journal and my reading goal during this video, but just didn't happen. I have 2 books left. I do know that I'm going to start an audiobook for work, so I know I'll hit my goal. But I think whenever I start my last book, the book that will make me hit my goal, I'm just going to do a reading vlog over that book, and I can tell you what it is. The last book that I like read to hit my reading goal is going to be Good Spirits by B.K. Borison. So look for a reading vlog with that book coming very soon. And I'm actually really excited to dive into this one. Been hearing a lot of good things about it online. So yeah, but I do need to end this one. So unfortunately, we didn't reach the goal in this one, but we are going to reach the goal. And hopefully you had a good time just getting some like random reading updates for, originally it was going to be a week, but it's been a little over a week, but I also forgot to check in a lot. So I don't know. I don't think I really liked this style of reading vlog. I think I much prefer just doing like a one book, like in-depth kind of reading vlog rather than this. So I'll probably just stick to those in the future. But let me know what you thought down in the comments. If you read any of those books that I was talking about, let me know your thoughts on them. And I will see you tomorrow.